Here we are in week 6, and it is time to put it all together. So the image on screen is the same image from this week's overview activities, and it is an infographic on technology enhancing learning. I believe it's safe to say that everyone entered this course with that in mind, with a pro mindset of some form. Now, it could have been that you were thinking about technology in a specific way, or it could just be generally you are pro technology. If you're taking courses in instructional technology, you at least have a somewhat positive outlook. But then as you came into this class, I hope that you were taking your context into consideration, which I somewhat forced. If you were in the K-12 realm or identified in that realm, then you were in those discussions over the last few weeks. If you were in the higher ed or industry realm, you were in that discussion over the past few weeks. Your context plays a huge role in determining what technologies you should be using or want to use, or the second bullet, have access to use. So we're actually seeing some of the same tools from industry. If you look at the role of the learning management system, very much an industry tool that went into higher ed and is now making its way into K-12. You have K-12 specific LMSs such as Schoology, or you have the LMSs that bridge across organizations like Canvas. And I've actually seen it used in higher ed, industry, and K-12. There have been many LMSs over time. So hopefully you can see that evolution in terms of your own tools. We've had different projection mechanisms over time, whether it was gathering around a book, or using an audio broadcast, or looking at a screen that had an overhead transparency projected, or if you had a digital projector, maybe you're looking at smartboards now. All of those tools have been evolution jumps in the technology growth. Yet all of those tools also have roles in different contexts. It's just a matter of what do you have access to. Are you the one-room schoolhouse? Are you the larger school district? Are you a hospital? Are you a university? Which then gets into the appropriateness conversation. When a tool is appropriate or not. Do you want to give out iPads to your students? Well, that's a question to ask based off of context and access. Do you expect access to a certain tool based on your context? Do you expect access to smartphones in higher ed and industry, but you wouldn't expect that in a lower K-12 grade? When it comes to technology enhancing learning, the purposeful use of technology is key. And I hope that that is something that you all walk away with. I know many of you came in with that mindset. But a tool can be disruptive just as much as it can be helpful. Without purposeful application, you're not going to get any positive outcome. So there's some of the topics that I want you to think about as you close out this term and you work on those instructional units. With that in mind, let's take a look at our final expectations. Use the on-screen links to navigate to the section of the overview you wish to access.